Everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which might be an unpopular opinion, I'm not 100% sure. You guys might be mad at me by the end of this one, but I hope you still love me. But before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. Check out the description box below, grab some merch from our love collection, and let's dive right on in. So, as we know, the lead singer of Maroon 5, Adam Levine, has been accused of cheating on his pregnant wife, Bahati. Now, he has since come out to People Magazine, to TMZ, to Us Weekly, and saying, I didn't really have an affair. I did something really appropriate. I am so sorry. Like, yes, I was being inappropriate with this woman. I was sending flirty stuff with her, but and I crossed a line. My family's my number one priority. I'm focusing on my wife. I'm focusing on my children. It was a really stupid mistake, but there was no affair, which we're all kind of squinting at. But you said in the text messages or the DMs that she looks like 500% hotter in person. And he was like, I look it too. So if this was only like flirtatious banter online, how do you know what she looks like in person? But anyway, now more women are coming to the surface alleging that, Adam Levine has slid into their DMs. So according to page 6, two more models are accusing him of sending them flirty messages and text. And this girl, one of them, her name is Allison Rossif. She's posted some alleged receipts on her TikTok. And again, another model has come forward, and now they're trying to use this hashtag called hashtag expose Adam Levine, right? They're saying he's been in all of these women's DMs. He's been trying to cheat on Bahati. Like, no woman needs to be treated this way. Justice for his wife. However, first, it's been alleged that he's always sort of been a cat daddy, and that perhaps Bahati, before she became his girlfriend and subsequently his wife, she was the side chick. Allegedly, I don't know if this is proven or not, but allegedly people are saying that, well, Bahati, like, you get him how you lose him how you got him, like a Khloe Kardashian situation. Like, you knew he was in a relationship and you were hooking up with him and you had no problem with that, right? But now you're being cheated on by someone who was first cheating on their person with you. Allegedly. I'm going to have to do a deeper dive on that. I'm not 100% sure that is true. So take that with a grain of salt. That's just what has been being put out there. But again, with this stuff, you never know what's truth and what's not truth. So let's take that with a grain of salt. But I just wanted to let you guys know that's what's being said out there. Now, my unpopular opinion. You guys might rock with me on this, my candy canes, or you might be like, no, you're way off. So let me know what you guys think. But this is where I land when it comes to this. I don't understand why this is a scandal. I don't understand why it's breaking news. I'm kind of like, let Adam and Bahati figure this out behind the scenes. Who cares? And I'm going to tell you why. Do I think it's wrong for him to cheat on his pregnant wife? 100%. Again, alleged. He's coming out and saying whatever. So allegedly rumored, right? 100%. He's dead wrong. He's the one in the marriage. He is the one who's about to be a father for the third time. That is 100% dead wrong. I totally get it. Is it weird? Is it creepy? Is it wrong for him to be in these Instagram models DMs, kind of just looking for some casual sex? Let's call a thing. He was looking for some casual sex, right? Yes, it's gross. It's wrong. It's disgusting. Not condoning it. However, I think we need to start taking these celebrities off of the pedestal. I think it's time to start rehumanizing celebrities. And I'm going to tell you why. If Adam was a bishop in a church, if he was a Catholic priest, if he was I don't know, like I don't know, if he was whatever, if he was someone in a moral position where him cheating is a betrayal to us. You know, it's a betrayal to his flock. It's a betrayal to all of us. It's a betrayal, if he is someone in a moral position where cheating on your wife is a betrayal to us, the public, then I get it. Crucify him. You know what I'm saying? Expose him. But at the end of the day, Adam Levine, I'm not gonna lie, he's like really my type. I think he's really hot, but whatever. He wasn't in my DMs. Let me put it that way. He's not sliding, unfortunately, not unfortunately, because he's married and I don't play that game. But anyway, at the end of the sorry guys, but at the end of the day, Adam Levine is just a rocker musician who is cheating with some hot models. Like, let's call a thing a thing. That's what he is. If Adam Levine was a guy who worked at the grocery store or who worked at Target or he worked at the post office and he had a pregnant wife at home and he was hitting on all these women and cheating on her, it would still be disgusting. It would still be wrong. It would still not be okay. But it wouldn't be like the scandal of the season. It wouldn't be like, oh my God, like expose the postal worker, right? No, you would be like, oh, that's a really shitty guy. So I think the reason why we need to start rehumanizing celebrities is so that when there are real victims, true victims, because again, that Sumner girl, her story is not matching for me. She's using a lot of triggering words, a lot of buzzwords: manipulation, exploited, vulnerable, blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it seems to me like you knew exactly what you were doing and you knew exactly who you were doing with, which was a married man. And I think that sort of equating this, him being this cheater, and sensationalizing it with those words and with them, to me it dilutes from when we do have the young girls and the young women and the young boys and the young men, or just women and men, just people in general, who really are manipulated, who really are exploited, who really are taken advantage of, who really are coerced. It's diluting that story. It's diluting that narrative. It's diluting that, right? And when we take the celebrities off of the pedestal, we take away their power to manipulate the victims in the first place. The reason why some victims, and I'm not victim shaming by any means when I say this, I think it's a very real thing. The reason why some victims stay silent, or sometimes the reason why some victims are in positions to be taken advantage of, again, it is not their fault by any means. I am not saying that at all. Anyone who has suffered or has any type of trauma around this, I want you to know it is not your fault, no matter what happened. Because we worship celebrity. We put them on this pedestal that they're supposed to be somehow above human. Look at Bill Cosby. We have this false intimacy with celebrities, right? Like, we think, oh, we can go to a hotel room with him. It's Bill Cosby. He's the nation's dad. It's going to be okay. And the truth was, he was the biggest wolf in sheep's clothing that ever was. Oh my God, I had a meeting with Harvey Weinstein, blah, 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 or this director or that director, or Armie Hammer wants to date me, right? Whatever the situation is, we worship these celebrities. We take away their humanity. And when you take away somebody's humanity, it does one of two things. It either dehumanizes them, where we do horrible things to them because we forget that we're still one humanity. And that's how you get slavery. That's how you get genocide, when you dehumanize people, right? Or on the other hand, they become superhuman. They become these gods to us, these goddesses to us, where we think that they are above human. So when a guy who is just sort of like this sleazy guy trying to have casual sex and cheat on his wife. It becomes this huge sensationalized thing when he never should have been put in a position where we think that he's above being a human. Again, I'm not saying he's right. He's dead wrong. Allegedly. I mean, all of it. You know what I'm saying? It's dead wrong. Trust me. I'm not trying to absolve Adam Levine at all. But I think just to think about it on a bigger level, when we get to the celebrities and they become gods to us, we worship them. We give them the power to take away our own agency, right? When we have our intuition that says, you know what, maybe we shouldn't go to that after party. You know what, maybe we shouldn't go in that back room. You know what, maybe we shouldn't go to that mansion or that hotel or whatever it is. But then we don't listen to ourselves because we are so in awe of these celebrities, right? Like they're gods to us and we worship them and they seem to have this superhuman power over us. So I don't want the stories of people who really are, either, again, I don't know what happened with Adam on The Voice. There was also rumblings that he maybe got fired because he was like grooming young musicians or something like that. I don't know. I have to do a deeper dive into that. So I don't want to go too far into that because I haven't researched it enough. So if that is the case, then I think that's what we need to be in an uproar about. That to me is the story. That to me is worth all of the hoopla. That to me is worth a deep dive and investigation when there's true victims. Again, just in my gut, allegedly, just based on everything, I'm just not feeling Sumner. Like, to me, the stuff with Sumner seems a little vindictive. Allegedly, she had been sending things to Bahati behind the scenes, trying to like egg her on and doing weird stuff. Again, this is alleged. This is what people have been saying. The two models coming out in page 6, they basically were kind of like clowning Adam, like, yeah, he must have done this to other girls. So to me, there's a difference between, and this is another reason why I think it muddies the waters, right? Because there is a difference between an adult seeking casual sex with another adult versus an adult grooming a child. Those are two very different things. And I think the problem is when we conflate the two. When these Instagram models, and no shade to anybody who's an Instagram model, do you boo boo, knock yourself out, get in where you fit in, shout out, hashtag, whatever. Trust me, I don't judge. I think do what you got to do you, like, there's no shame in that. It's really cool. I'm up here on YouTube, so trust me, I am not judging anybody. So, but what I mean by that is when you get consenting adults who are having sex and then you want to quote unquote expose someone when you knew he was married, you knew it was wrong for what it seems like to be some type of following, come up situation under the guise of, I'm sorry, but somebody DMing you from a verified account is not a manipulation tactic. That's somebody DMing you from their account. If it was a fake account, that's manipulation. But him actually DMing you from his own account, that's just him talking to you, sweetheart. I'm super confused on that one. And that's what I mean. It's the sort of this dog whistle using these buzzwords to equate the fact that you were just having casual sex with this man. Allegedly, you're antagonizing his wife. And now all of a sudden you want this big come up. You want to be trending. You want, you know what I mean? You want your moment. You want your moment. And I think that is what is so disheartening. And that's why I'm kind of like, leave Adam alone in this situation. Again, I'm not absolving him. He was dead wrong in this situation, 100%. But I just don't understand Sumner's and these models' position. Like, let's expose Adam Levine. Why? For being a dude who's seeking casual sex. I get it. He's married, and that's really, really wrong. But he's also just some dude who happens to be the lead singer of Maroon 5. Like, that's really what it is. That's why I think we have to really start taking these celebrities off of the pedestal. and humanize them. So if they are actually grooming children, if they actually are, coercing women or coercing men into things that they don't want. Victims aren't always children. Sometimes adults, can be coerced, they can be forced, they can be, all of that stuff. That once we start looking at celebrities as regular human beings, then we can start trusting our intuition. Then we can start pushing back and saying no. Then we can start, protecting ourselves more. But when you are in awe of someone, you kind of relinquish your power to them. And I think that's the issue. So I want to know what you guys think. Put it in the chat box below, put it in the comment box below. Are you like, no, Candy, we need to expose Adam. This is wrong. All of that. Or you're like, you know what? What he did was shitty. He's a cat daddy. Cheating on his wife was wrong, but he's just a dude. And that's what it is. Or do you think that these girls should be in the victim category? I personally, from what I've seen, I don't consider them victims. But do you think they're victims? I think they're just, at least Sumner, the other two models seems as though they didn't sleep with Adam. Sumner is claiming that she had a year-long affair. He's saying there was no sexual affair. It was just flirtatious, banter back and forth, whatever. Do you believe him? Do you believe her? Do you think she is a victim in this situation? I personally don't. I think she's a hot girl, and I think a hot guy who happened to be a rich guy, who happened to be a celebrity, slid into her DMs and she had some fun. That's what I think. And I think now that the fun is over, she's like, well, how can I use this for my own come up? And I think it's as simple as that. And I'm not even shading Sumner. To be perfectly honest, I'm not even shading her. She's doing what she feels like she has to do. Do I think it's wrong because he does have children and he does have a wife? Yes, 100%. But at the end of the day, Adam is the one who took vows to Bahati. Adam is the one who is the father of those children. So at the end of the day, Adam is the one who is accountable to his children and his wife. So I think the only true victims in this situation is Bahati, if she wasn't the side chick before, and the children, obviously, the children. Those to me are the true victims in this situation. But again, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think it's time for us to sort of rehumanize these celebrities so we can start protecting ourselves and knowing what's up? So put it down in the chat box below. But before you do that, guys, you know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this with a friend, because a kiki is always better with community. And we can agree, we can disagree. Either way, I love you guys. Have a great night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!